Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at the free content on the Unreal Engine Marketplace. So if you don't already know, the Unreal Engine Marketplace has free content every month, and it changes month to month. So you can go to the unrealengine.com/marketplace, and you can definitely see all of these good items here. And if you want to go to free for the month here, you can see that they have some items here. And again, this changes every month, so definitely sign up to get an Unreal Engine account and download them. What I do is I download them every month, and then I use them in my various projects. So I've gone ahead and I've taken a look at all of these here, and I'm going to go over all of them. They're actually quite good. So let's take a look at this first one here. It's the photorealistic meadow, and you can take a look at some of the screenshots, and they look pretty good. So this is again 100% free. So I definitely want you to take a look at this here. You can see all of the items that they have in there, and for example, grass and trees. And even if you're not making a game today, you might use it tomorrow. So definitely download the Unreal Engine, sign up for an account, and then go ahead and download these. This particular package has quite a bit of items in it, so cliffs and rocks and trees and water, and even if you're not using something for this particular aesthetic, you might use it in the future. I think this is pretty good, and if you download into the Unreal Engine, I think it's also quite good to have, so definitely download that. Next one here is another photorealistic landscape here, and oh, by the way, you can always click on the person who made this, and they also have other stuff for sale here. There's a lot of really good content that these other creators have, so if you really want to buy them and show support, that's also good too. But you can also see that this one here has some desert landscapes, and it's actually again quite photorealistic. So even if you're not making a desert game today, you might be making one tomorrow, and you might need it for a cutscene or something like that. So I highly recommend downloading it. So this one is also another photorealistic one here. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. So this next one here is actually really awesome. Now what it does is it essentially takes in Photoshop files and it puts them right into Unreal. Now believe it or not, when you actually save a Photoshop file, it's actually very easy to convert it to a PNG or an image. But this particular app, what it does is it does it for you. So if you've ever made a game before, you'll know that like half the time you spend with your graphics is just exporting, right? And if you really want to save time when you make games, is you want to do all of that work at one time and you only export it once. Like think about it, if you have 50 images and you have to export all of those 50 images 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 times, that's going to eat up a lot of time, and that time can be better used making your game. So this is a very handy thing for you to do, to just simply drag things in there, and so I highly recommend downloading this because it will save you lots of time. This next one here is another asset, and one of the things I actually like about assets is it's very easy to make good looking games now. This didn't used to be the case. It used to be very hard to either do the art yourself or make a good looking game. These assets were very expensive, but they're no longer as expensive, which is actually really good, which I think is actually really good. So now you can get this architectural visualization. That's what ArcViz stands for here. So you can get this architectural visualization pack, and you can get a nice apartment. This would be great for any kind of VR project, any kind of VR, you know, you can live it up in your virtual apartment. So I think that's really good here. You can also see all the items here. Again, this kind of stuff I personally think is really good to have for a VR setting. And the last one here is a functional one, and it is the third-person shooter multiplayer pack. Now, you can also take a look at the trailer here, but you can see that there's a multiplayer. It has a lot of functionality here. It also has some AI, and you can also see that it has some pre-built levels too. So it comes with blueprints, and you can also see that this is really awesome, and I highly recommend you download it to just look at how it works. One of the things that a lot of people do, a lot of really good programmers do, is they reverse engineer other people's code, and this is something I highly recommend that you do, and it's a skill that isn't valued as much as I think it should be valued. So even if you don't use or want to make a third-person system, maybe go around and play with this for 30 minutes and see what some other person's functionality and what the other person's solutions would be to the problems that you need to do in order to make a third-person shooter. So this is something that's really good. Again, I just download them and then keep them in my Epic Games. I'm here and I can probably just even open this up here and you can see that, you know, in my library here, I just have a ton of these free assets, and I actually do have paid for a few assets just to kind of see how they work here. But, you know, eventually your project might be like this, and you will definitely use these in other games. And even if you're not using it in a commercial game, it's great for prototyping. All right, so that concludes this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.